Hey guys, Adam here. Just want to introduce the topic of escalation addendums and explain to you what brings them about, a few pitfalls to watch out for, and how they work. All right, so this is the Form 35E Escalation Addendum. I want to try and go through this really quick. It's just one page, but it can be, there are some pitfalls in here, so I want to point those out and just discuss really quick how this addendum works. But first notice right here, obviously date, parties involved, and the address of the property up here. Buyers, this is a notice to you. First of all, just be ready if you do use an escalation addendum that whatever your cap is on the escalation addendum, be prepared and willing to pay that, because there's a good chance that you will get escalated up to that point. So in my experience, many times it does go to the top, sometimes maybe a few $1,000s below, but pretty close. So you're also advised, and this is really important, this is one of those pitfalls of using this form, is that it could be used as leverage by a listing broker to notify other brokers that they have received an escalation addendum and even share potentially what it goes up to. So don't submit this early. All right, now purchase price. This is where the kind of the nuts and bolts of this addendum are. But it's basically saying here that if a competing offer comes in, this buyer, the one who submitted this addendum, is willing to beat that offer by whatever amount. I just have $5,000 in here as an example, but it could be $500, whatever you pick. Those increments are determined by the buyer. And then up to a certain point, obviously you don't want to beat any offer if the offer gets way out of control and there's a competing offer for, in this example, say there was a competing offer for $800,000, then, does that mean we have to go to 805? No, you do get to put a cap on it. So in this example, the buyer put a cap of $750,000 on it, supposing the house was listed for $700,000. So it does also refer to net price here, just so you know that. That means that if there were any closing credits that the buyer asked for in their initial offer, that those need to be subtracted from the purchase price in order to get to the net price, because you're only talking about the increase over a competing offer's net price, not some other price that also included deductions after credits and things. Feel free to ask me about that in the comments or email if you have more questions about that. Now, the competing offer, this is really important, but the competing offer has to be a bona fide offer. I'll say, first of all, it has to check the expiration date, make sure that is not expired, because a lot of times, for example, just so you know, as a broker, if I'm submitting an offer with an escalation addendum, I'm going to put an expiration date on that isn't like 2 or 3 days from now. It's probably going to be tonight at 9 p.m. or something like that, because I don't want that offer to be used down the road as a tool for leveraging other potential buyers and increasing their offers. I don't like that. So the reason that's important is if the offer that you've submitted has expired, it cannot be used as the bona fide competing offer, because it's now void. So keep that in mind. Buyers, some brokers will try to do that. Will try to use an offer that's been expired. It's important to know the difference. And if you're a seller and you're accepting one of these offers, if you do accept an offer based on a escalation that's been escalated on an expired offer, if this buyer, for example, finds out that the other competing offer was void, which they should know because they should receive a complete copy of it. But if they didn't realize it until after the fact, they could potentially come back and try to reduce the price because they would say that had been void. So the actual purchase price that they initially offered is what the seller should receive. So you wouldn't want to get into that. That's one of those pitfalls. And like I said here, you have to receive, the competing offer has to be a complete copy. So you can't have redacted portions of the offer, which you actually get all the time from brokers who are using these escalation addendums. They may cross out the buyer's names, buyer's contact information, or even just submit a couple pages of the offer. You want to see the complete offer, see that it is not expired, and it's got all the information there. Otherwise, you have another potential pitfall here in voiding this addendum. All right, now here's the worksheet. So in this example, I was just kind of imagining a home that was listed for $700,000. The buyers here came in and were willing to offer up to $750,000, beating any competing offer by $5,000. Again, those increments can be determined by you and can be anything, $500 or whatever. And a competing offer did come in. Let's say it was another offer that might have had an escalation that went as high as 743. Well, if that's the case, that escalation, the number from that other offer's escalation addendum would go here. That is their the competing offer, and remember, it has to be the net price of that offer. There's no deductions here because we're assuming that there was no request for credits. So the net price is the $743,000 plus the escalation amount, which your buyer has said they were willing to do, and that brings this buyer's purchase price up to $748,000. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Have a great day. Thanks.